Welcome, and thanks for joining me for this gameplay of Pillars of Eternity. Now, Pillars of Eternity is one of those rare games that actually became a success out of Kickstarter, both in terms of the dollar amount that they raised. I think it was like 4 million, as well as the number of individual donors. Huge record setting, and a big part of that was thematically, they had something really strong that they were bringing to it. The artwork is fantastic. It's beautiful. If you haven't already seen it, you'll see in the game. Visually quite stunning in a lot of the scenes. It's one of those, it's being described as kind of a...
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Ooh, so suddenly I'm ill, and the way has been barred. That doesn't sound good. So I was going to say, they bring a lot of strengths to it, but it's being described by many as kind of a spiritual descendant of games like Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, games that do have a lot of that kind of element of strategy while developing your character, but also that there's consequence to what you choose. Dexterity, perception. And I believe one thing that comes into play, similar to other games, ooh, interesting, godlike. It's a little creepy looking. Dexterity and intellect. I like that. I tend to be a dexterous player, which usually means I end up with elves. Godlike, though, is tempting. That head is a bit creepy. Might, more of a tank. Humans typically get rolled as versatile. Orlin kind of looks like a hobbit. Hobbitish. Probably thiefy. There's perception, yeah. Yeah, let's give Godlike a try. I'm curious. Ooh, oh, look at that. Can't even see his face. Opaque from the outside. Death Usher. Okay, so not only do I tend to play dexterous, I usually go for ranged, perceptive, sometimes a little sneaky, and I do tend to play on the good side. Not always lawful, but tend to be good. I don't think death is going to work for me. Interesting. Hits them in melee. I try to avoid that. Every encounter when reduced below 75, 50, 25% endurance. Generate waves of healing moonlight. Okay. And nature. Might, constitution, dexterity. Yes. Okay. I can work with that. Body type. Dwarf. Huh. So I wonder if godlike, I guess, can be any of the races. Average body, beefy, short and stocky, tall and lean. I'll stick with what I'm comfortable with. Got some options here. Spirit Shift. So animalistic form. Now that is a spell user. Not super into that. Let's check out Ranger. Animal Companion. I love animal companions. Stealth, survival. That's useful. Deflection. Okay, so Ranger, Rogue, Sneaky, Stealth. Ranger it is. And single prey or wounding shot. Raw damage over time. Versus mark prey. 1 per encounter. I'm glad it's not per day. I hate those skills. Affects foe target marked for 30 seconds. I think that could be useful, especially since we will be traveling in a group. Animal Companion, yeah! Antelope. Passive, average speed. Antelope. Bear. Now I don't know if there's any difference. More damage when they're below 50%. Superior protection, all forms of damage. Powerful roar. Melee attack. Wolf. You know, I feel like the bear is just kind of a necessity. Cuddles. You know, for those cold nights around the fire. Gotta get my cuddles in. Alright, so let's do some attributions. I've got 15 points. So, obvious ones. I'm gonna need some dexterity. I'm gonna bump that up to 16 to start with. Perception, yeah. Let's hit 15 on it. Intellect, might. Plus healing, fortitude, alright. So that leaves us with 1 more point. I'm going to hit that on dexterity. Culture. Deadfire Archipelago. I do like that vest. Nice kind of emerald green. Multitude of monstrous sea creatures. Dexterity +1, handy. Ooh, shiny. One of the oldest cultures, imperialistic. Intellect. Crossbow. I don't really want a crossbow. That would be good if I was going a bit magic-y. Or fighter. Might. That looks awesome. Perception. That also might be handy, especially since I didn't bump that up an extra 1. I like the outfit. Looks kinda bestial. Alright, let's do it. And background, okay. Lore, peppered with talk of pedigree and bloodlines. I don't really care about that. Lore and survival. Explorer. Labor, athletics, mechanics. Mystic. Drifter, stealth and mechanics. That could be useful. Hunter, stealth and survivor. Hunter really kind of goes with the apparel. Merchant, lore and mechanics. Hunter or explorer. What do you think? I mean, the lore I suspect will be useful. Out there in the wilds, survival is also that element. This is a bit stealthier. Yeah, let's go with this. I like the idea of coming into the game with a bit more knowledge. And appearance. That is definitely not the portrait I want right now. But let's check out these colors, so primary colors. Let's do dark brown. Secondary color. A little red there for a pop of color. No facial hair allowed. Okay, head. So this is that original head, kind of branches of antlers, mohawk. Oh, I kind of like those. Faux hawk. Or kind of halfway in between. This guy looks a little stern, a little cranky. Okay. This guy. Looking good. Nice arms, too. Hair, not an option since it comes with the horns. And while the armor isn't a match, number 17 is actually kind of good. Man. Oh, or that one. That's not bad. 22. 17 or 22. Great portraits. Makes me want to be some of the other ones, just so I can get these portraits. Wow. Oh, these are the female portraits. They've got some great artists on. 15, 16, 17. Okay, so it was this one. So this one does have that paler face. And I don't really like the looking up there. The armor's too heavy, so 22 it is. A little more serious looking. Yeah, that's fine. And voice.
Yeah?
Smooth.
Now I am the leader of the group.
Sinister.
Yeah!
Definitely not.
Steady does it.
Oh, that actually sounds close.
I'll lead the way.
No.
Easy now. Yes?
Watch and learn.
Okay, what was it?
Let's go. Steady does it.
Follow me.
Stoic it is. And what's your name, Mr. Antlerface? Linden. Linden and Cuddles, out in the forest. We've got our furry outfit. Nice little kilt action there. Got my bow. Boots. Ready. Male, nature godlike, ranger. From The White That Wends, an explorer. This portrait, stoic. Alright, let's do it. Journey to Gilded Vale. I'm excited. Oh, that's pretty. The caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you are planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks.
Okay, I won't. That would be inconsiderate.
Tonight everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
Yeah, okay. At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day.
Oh, crap. I mean, I knew I wasn't feeling good, but... okay. So, I need some water. Could be the rumbling rot. That doesn't sound good, but, you know, he said it'll pass.
There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry, about the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water.
Okay, fingernail size springberry, need some tea.
I
Alright.
know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
He nods in my direction. Odema looks over his shoulder at his assistant, a lanky, intense man named Sparfle, who carries an old sun-bleached bow. Sparfle nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulder.
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
What are those ruins?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear.
Well, that's fair. You know, mother bears, they want to look out for their little ones.
Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pond, so I hear.
Who did build the ruins?
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Ingwithans. Interesting name. Is it dangerous out there?
Not if you hurry about your business,
Alright, I'll be quick.
and not if the weather holds up.
What kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beowick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to.
Beowick. Ooh, that sounds eerie. What are these huge rocks coming up out of the ground?
They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories.
Audra. Interesting.
It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days.
Sounds kind of like it's alive. So we've got the Beowick to worry about. I've got some kind of gut rot.
The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Yeah, that's creepy. Okay, I'll go see about those berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's night sleeping on uneven ground without a blanket or pillow. Ooh, sounds tough. Excellent. I could use some tough company.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own time. Okay. Not interested in being called on.
He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
Okay. Wonder if she's got something against me.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Okay. So she's just for hire.
Don't listen to her, you're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything.
Okay. Maybe they've been working together a while and this is just their shtick.
Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beowick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
And the scene is set.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Okay. So as is my way, I like to have a look around.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just gonna chat with some people, have a look around at the camp before we do some investigating. And then this, I guess, is the Audra, the glowy stones. Don't mind Edema. This is a good place to camp as any. Yeah, I get that. How about you? Caravaner. It's best not to wander alone, especially so near the ruins. Well, that's why I'm going to take some company. Caravan life doesn't agree with you, does it? You look as raw as that merchant, Hyoden. Well, I got some gut rot. I don't know if that makes me raw. All kinds of beasts in these woods, and then you have the tribes. I suppose you wouldn't know much about Glenfothans. They're mighty protective of places like this. Well, rightly so, if it's their territory. Hey, Caravaner. I've traveled with a demo before. He's never led us astray. Good to hear. You really don't look so good. Odema was right to stop. Well, I appreciate that he did. So, let's see. These tall, glass-green pillars appear as if they've sprouted from the earth. The flickering fire sets shadows dancing within. I wish I could actually see that effect. Thanks. Let's minimize that. What's that?
I'll get it open.
Ah.
I've got it.
I'll get it open. I'll get it open.
So, I do not have lockpicking skills. Yet, anyway. What do we got? Some armor. Oh, and a lockpick. Handy. Yes, I will take it. I see more and more people on the roads these days, looking for safety in towns and cities, it seems. Well, that's fair. I mean, if it appears to be some kind of territory war happening. What is over here? Hey, horses. How you doing? Want to say hi? I'm sure Cuddles wants to be friends. Cuddles loves all things on 4 legs. I have gained an item. Orland's Cradle added to the stash. Alright. So I can't get over there. Can we go through here? Let's have a look. Is that tree that fell down? The fallen tree doesn't budge. Sap oozes from the jagged wound in its trunk.
Not looking forward to trying to lift that thing tomorrow.
Jagged wound. So that sounds like it was purposely done. Not reassuring. So I think this is just a little overlook. We can't get through there. But let's head over this way. Oh yeah, there was someone over here. Let's say hi to Hyoden.
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
You see a man wearing simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic. Maybe he's a little fussy?
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
He scratches one cheek with his knuckles. It's covered with uneven stubble, as if he hasn't gotten used to shaving on the road. Maybe he's used to a bit of a cushy life.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Who are you?
I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. The life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
With an outlook like that, I'm sure you'll do well. Gain some disposition. Okay.
Something else you need? Looks like we're settled for the night.
Tell me about the Adir Empire. I'm curious.
It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here. but the colonies used to include Rayed Ceres and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire. A fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
Why'd you move all the way out here?
Because it seemed friendlier than Rayed Ceres? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
Ah, okay. So, younger brother, wanting to get out on your own, stretch your legs, explore, etc. Well, that makes sense. You probably lived quite a cush life at home. Deerwood is a former Adir colony, so it seems like a good place to start. And as much as I admire the Red Saren's work ethic, they have always struck me as a little fanatical. Okay. Let's go with diplomatic. Not at all. Just doing my part. Maybe he's not used to compliments. Well, let's have a look at his goods. Let's see what you got. Okay. Crossbow, greatsword, hunting bow. So do I even have any money? I don't think I do. But maybe once I've got some stuff to sell them, I can do some trades. Hunting bow. War bow. No. And then gear. Now I probably want to stick to the lighter to medium. I don't want to infringe on my speed or dexterity too much. So maybe something like leather armor and padded armor. Lockpicks though, those are useful. Oh yeah, I should put that clothing on. Alright. Well, that was worth checking out. And let's see. Equipped light armor. 5. Recovery speed 0. So the hide armor has more protection, but the Deerwooden clothing has more recovery speed. Oh. Well, for now at least, let's stick with that. I like the way it looks. She's doing alright. Got a torch and an axe. And scale armor. Nice. Okay, let's move on. I don't think there was anything else up here. No? Okay. I apologize if my highlighting is annoying. But I prefer to use it while exploring.
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
Okay, a bit obvious, but thank you. Now, I think this is the wrong way, but I just want to see where it goes. Oh, what's that? What's that? Add myths worked. Okay. The path winds through a narrow canyon, back the way you came. Grooves in the road
Straight too far.
mark the passage of hundreds of caravans, so common way, that's where we came from. We don't need to go back that way.
Let's check by those outcroppings.
Yeah, ooh. Young wolf uses pausable real time. Okay. Now what do I do? Game paused. Unpaused. One of my characters has been engaged in melee. Yep, okay, thanks. All characters in the game, friend and foe, have 4 primary defenses against attack. Great. All characters that do damage have to overcome. Are we done yet? And... ah, wolf hide. Okay. So I assume that that'll be useful at some point. That's a little gruesome. I mean, I get that Wolfie was hungry. Hey, berry plant.
This
Is
is
that
it.
the one? Springberry. Odema says you've had some interesting travels. In the water parts of the world, I was a mariner. I lived out on the frontier for a time. Interesting might not be the world. I sailed with cold-blooded conquerors. That's your business. So I was an explorer, but I hadn't decided what kind of an explorer I was. So was I a mariner? Was I out on the frontier? Cold-blooded conquerors. No. You know what? I think I was out on the frontier. Really, that could be anything. Yeah? How is it you happened to come here? It was a harsh place to live. I was surrounded by death out there. It was too quiet a life. I was looking for something more. Raiders destroyed my home, took everything from me. So, backstory. So, either raiders destroyed my home, which... no. So, too quiet a life or harsh place to live. I'm going to say too quiet a life. You know, yes, I was exploring, but I was looking for more. Hazards of the lifestyle, I suppose. You had to expect it was a possibility. No matter how much you didn't want it to be that way. Yeah. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Raedric's offer makes a girl think. I'll give him that. You're here to settle, like the rest of the lot? It's a hard offer to pass up. Or am I just passing through? Offer or passing through? Offer or passing through? I think I'm just passing through. That's usually the case with the big city just a little ways further up the same road. Where are you headed? Nowhere special, just putting as much time and distance between me and my old life as I possibly can. I'm going to continue on to the city, see where it takes me. I'll probably wander for a while. Somewhere I can make some money. Let's go to the city. Closest one is Defiance Bay, the capital. A few days out. Got it. It's nice places and not so nice places, same as any city. But the Duke is a good man, as I hear it. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Odem will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Why are you here? My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried. But that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out, and that's got me a little worried. Okay. Haven't seen her in ages. Been doing guide work in that place. But I'll do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me. So I'm here, and we'll see. Odema, I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. Well, that's kind. So he's got layers. Tell me about yourself. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Durwood, but my parents ended up in the Living Lands. I've got a brother in yeah. And another in Ader. My sister in Gilded Vale. She's the only real homebody. What can you tell me about Durwood? I'm not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be part of Adir Empire. Broke off after the war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. Alright. Salt of the earth. Let's get back to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfle's getting you water anytime soon. He does what he feels like, when he feels like it. We should check up on him first. Slap him around a little. Streams just a little that way. Come on. Let's get your water. You know, it's probably a good idea. Besides, I could use some spare water. I always prefer to plan for it. So let's move on. So not through there. Is it over here? What's that glowy bit? Is that just a bunch of bugs? Okay. Ooh! What did I find? Burned lady. Look like some mushrooms. Okay. You always want to be careful with mushrooms. Don't just eat them out in the wild. They really could be anything. Well, Sparfle's gone now. He was over there, so that's good. My bear keeps a pretty good pace. I think is that brown bear? Were we over here already? Yeah, okay. Sorry, I just like to cover all the territory. I usually go for map completion. Bridge. Oh, what was that? Was that a deer? Dead body. Leather armor? Lockpick. Sure. The corpse is cold to the touch, and a ripe smell wafts from it in putrid waves. A dark, crusted blood stain besmirches its simple linen clothing. Not reassuring. So we've got these ruins here, all closed off. Let's not go down that way. We're going to cross over that bridge and get some water. I mean, now that I think of it, I am feeling a little bit thirsty. And you know what? I want to make sure I've got enough water for Cuddles, too.
What a surprise. Sparfle went hunting. At least he left the water skins. Come on.
You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin in the cool water while Kaliska waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. I have gained an item. Full water skin added to the stash. Well, that's good. Out in the trees emerges Sparfle, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there's a strangeness to his gait, his stride wobbly as he moves toward you with labored breath.
Sparfle? Are you alright?
Sparfle's toe catches on a rock, and he collapses forward in a heap, the feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Ambush!
Hunter? Hunter. Okay. We're gonna take him on. I don't like having anybody at my back. Get him! Get him!
Let's go.
Go, Cuddles! Go! You grab a snack while you're at it.
Got him.
Nice. I scored a crit.
Come on, we have to get back to camp.
We will in just a minute. I have corpses to loot. Because, of course I do. Was there anything over here? No. I feel like... I know she wants me to go back to camp. And I should. But I feel like I should come over this way. The unexplored. Ooh, what's that? What's that? The footprints around the campfire are indistinct and may have been here for days or longer. Ah, but what? Beer. Well, you know, that'll come in handy along the way. Anything else? Got some Durkat. More mushrooms. Again, warning people, don't just eat random mushrooms out in the wild. You've got to have lore. You've got to know what it is. Now, we've picked up a few things. I want to check what I've got. Ah, so this leather armor could actually be useful. Let's put that on. And wolf hide, hunting bow. Now, I don't know that I'm going to be keeping company with her for that long, so I'm just going to take everything. You know, I appreciate that she's willing to carry it for me. However, is that the same? Yes. However, you know, I don't want to risk that she needs to take off on her own and I lose the stuff that we're gathering. You know, because I'm selfish. I'm I'm comfortable admitting that. Oh boy. Another hunter. This guy's got a bow too. Gotta get up close and personal with Cuddles. What are we getting? There we go. Had to make sure the right one of us was doing the collecting. I've got a bad... Oh. I was gonna say I've got a bad feeling about this if he was that close to the camp. Hyoden's still there. How is he still there? Everybody else looks dead. All around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, splayed and bug-eyed and filthy. Kaliska puts the back of her left hand to her mouth as if to ward away some poisonous vapor, or because she's experiencing horror and wants to throw up. A handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if from split logs. Ugh. One of them, towering and severe, with thick beard, tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of the man you recognize as Hyoden, the last of your caravan left standing. Oh no. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life for a fight you will lose. The ruin has not been sullied by our hands, men of diplomatic. I've been rocking diplomatic thus far. I don't know why they did, but I didn't have anything to do with it. Passionate. I think passionate's going to provoke them. I do tend to be rational, however. I think diplomacy would be useful, and I've got a little bit of lore. Let's give it a try. Your words carry no weight when I have seen the truth with my own eyes. Blood must be paid for this intrusion. Oh crap. So I say again, lay down your arms. Don't trust them. They mean to kill us all. We're innocent of this. Will you not listen to reason? Perception. Your courage is a mask. None of you have slain a true warrior. Lore. Judging by the string of animal teeth around your neck, I'm guessing you are worshippers of Galawain. If Galawain told you to stop protecting the ruins, would you? Put down your weapons. Very well. Oh boy. See, I'm worried that continuing arguing is just going to be the limit for him, and he's just going to cut Hyoden's throat. However, like some logic, some lore, I think it's worth trying. The man frowns and motions as if to swing his axe. Hyoden winces, but the blow never comes. Instead, the man cocks his head, intrigued. Of course, but he would not. It is by the command of all the gods that we accept this charge. How do you know? Because it's consistent with their beliefs, or because it's what you were told? Ah, okay. Throwing a little philosophy in the argument. The man glares. It has always been known to my people. I see. And what of Galawain's edict that weakness and age must be purged by youth and strength? You think Galawain would want some moldy, crumbling stones to survive long after their builders had turned to dust? Oh, I think this is going in the wrong direction. The man's nostril flares as he fumes. He would not! He told us otherwise! I'm sure he did. Just. Not you personally. But why should that stop you from killing innocents? Are you not arguing in the wrong direction now? Distracted, the man's grip falters on his axe handle, and he nearly fumbles it, affording Hyoden the moment he needs to dodge out of the swing, which comes too late. Howling with rage, the man charges you instead. Got a fight on my hands. Time to get it done. Okay, I think I need to go after the leader right away, because he's still way too close to Hyoden. This hunter looks like he's got a bow and arrow, and he can take on some range shots, but damage, yeah, okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. Go, Cuddles, go! Get him, get him, get him! Do it! Your enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise, his companions now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but at the sky above you. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs the air. Oh no. At this, the man's eyes rolls back as he closes them. Good. Good. The gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin, and where it pierces you, it feels as though it is rending you apart from within. Get out of it. Seated against the wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across chest and bowel, Odema's body stirs, and with great effort he raises his sagging head. His eyes barely open. He looks directly at you. Oh, bowel wound. That's not good.
Get inside! Run!
Okay. Whoa, look at that. Ooh, is that a tunnel? It's kind of misty in there. Straining against the gale that threatens to pull you off your feet with every step, you set your hands on the worn fold of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With a last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Hyoden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers, who had been feigning death, lunges for Hyoden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Hyoden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. They are close to you. From your position, you would have a good chance at hitting your mark. Fire at the attacker. Dexterity. Grab a rock and hurl it at the attacker. Allow Hyoden to break free on his own. I've got some good dexterity. Let's throw this rock. Your aim is true. The hit jars Hyoden loose. Lurching to his feet, Hyoden clambers up the rock. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving out onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it. Securing his other hand, you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Hyoden to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There is deep resonance to the swelling wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the stones beneath you, before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight. Whew. Intense.
Was that?
A Bewick. Had to be.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside.
Woo! That was super fun. Love that. I cannot wait to play more. Thank you very much for joining me on this introduction. And if you enjoyed it, please give me a like. I'll definitely be playing more, so subscribe for more content. And if you've got any other games that you'd like to request to see me play, throw that in comments. I'm always interested, and I'm always interested in learning new similar games like this. This is super fun. Cannot wait to play more. So give me a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more content, and have a great day.